So I was casually scrolling through YouTube, just watching my casual content, when I saw a thumbnail from a YouTuber known as Creepyplay. It was his video about Jeff the Killer, and just seeing that face in the thumbnail made me think, man, I used to be really into them. Creepypasta has been one of the most influential forms of media in the horror genre. The Creepypasta website has housed countless stories of fictional terror written by the most creative of minds, and we consume this media and enjoy the pleasures of horror. And when I was younger, I really used to be into creepypastas, but nowadays I barely hear much about them. And looking about how my taste in horror has changed is pretty wild. From watching old horror YouTubers such as Chills and Top 15s to now where it's like Nexpo, Nick Crowley, Chilling Scares, back to the drawing board. Yeah, it's safe to say that we have all grown out of our childish phase of horror and into more mature media such as analog horror or lost media. So when I saw that face in the thumbnail, I was feeling pretty nostalgic. So that's why I'm making this video, to explore the most famous, or shall I say infamous, creepypastas and see how they stand today. So join me as we explore the stories that shaped a generation. Hey, what's up, y'all? Future me just editing the video right now while playing some Roblox version of Mecha Chameleon. Just wanted to let you know that any information that you see in the video will be credited to the Creepypasta wiki, and that was my primary source of information. I'll also see if I can try crediting any art that I use in the video. Just wanted to let you know. Peace. Let's start with a good old-fashioned slasher, Jeff the Killer. The story of Jeff is about a troubled kid who gets bullied, they disfigure him, and he loses all of his sanity. Yep, that's it. That's kind of the story. And it really unsettled users because of how violent it was. It's probably something I can't really get into detail, probably because of YouTube guidelines, but yeah. It was pretty much a joke, I think, nowadays. But it still remains one of the more popular creepypastas. But that's not one of the only things I wanted to talk about it. The image. People are trying to find it. What I mean by that is it's became lost media, and now people are trying to find whoever created the original image. It's so serious that Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamer has put a $10,000 bounty on it. And Scared Theater has tried to find it in a week, but he unfortunately failed. It was believed that the creator Seswar was the one who created this image, but it turned out he was a Weasley little liar dude when a video was found that dated back a year before the story. And there are so many potential images, but they're pretty much just edits and people trying to joke around saying that they found the original image and stuff. There's even one about this girl named Kate Robinson who posted a photo of themselves on 4chan, and all the anons on the site photoshopped her just to ridicule her. But it turned out to be fake, and the girl was some different girl who's doing alright now. Personally, I do believe that there is a chance that this image is out there. It doesn't matter how many people create their own versions, how many fake stories and stuff that people try to make others believe. There is an original image out there of this one guy. And it's going to be found one day, no matter what. It's only a matter of time. This one's pretty close to me, since I dressed up as him for Halloween. No, seriously, look. Eyeless Jack is another serial killer, kind of like Jeff, but different in appearance and motivation. He dons a simple hoodie, dark pants, and a blue mask. Behind that mask holds the empty eye sockets, with a black substance leaking out. And the reason for that is in his origin story. Jack was just an ordinary college student. Unfortunately, he was used as a sacrifice for some eldritch horror. And a mixture of hot tar and blood was used to remove his eyes. And now he seeks kidneys. Yeah, kidneys. In the original creepypasta, it followed a man named Mitch who moved into the forest with his brother. And in the next morning, they found out that somehow Mitch had one of his kidneys removed. The next night, he would be in his bed when he discovered eyeless Jack watching over him. He quickly grabbed his camera and took the iconic picture, and thankfully was able to escape. Unfortunately for his brother, he was not so lucky. In the ending, he explained that his corpse was laying in the hallway with a kidney lying next to him, and a bite was taken out of it, and it was covered in a black substance. The original photo was taken by user Pirate Catchu. They even posted the unblurred version just to prove it was them. Then a 4chan user named Arnon titled the post Nightmare Fuel. The story would later be written by Azelf5000, but he would take it down from the wiki. Overall, Eyeless Jack remains one of the most popular creepypastas in the mainstream, along the likes of Jeff the Killer, Smile Dog, and our next subject, Slenderman. You can't talk about creepypasta without talking about this icon of a creature, the Slenderman. He is one of the most famous, powerful, and influential creatures on the internet. YouTube videos, video games, and movies were inspired by this tall, well-dressed man. The Slenderman is depicted as a 6 to 14 foot tall man wearing a suit and tie. His skin is pale white, and his face holds little to no facial features. And there are some depictions that include long black tentacles sprawling from his back. Unlike Jeff and Jack, he would not attack his targets directly. Rather, he would step back and stalk them and drive them to the point of insanity. And this is vastly different from his original practice, where he would just impale them on tall branches like a Dead by Daylight villain. He would even have the power to distort electronics like cameras or radios. There's even a fictional illness that has been observed in the series Marble Hornets, known as Slender Sickness. And before I talk about it, I just want to let you know that according to the Slenderman wiki, if you have any of these symptoms, please seek medical attention, as these can be serious and life-threatening. Some of these symptoms include paranoia, nausea, coughing and vomiting, sometimes to the point of blood, amnesia, and radiation poisoning. That last part is where the theory of the sickness is caused by stigma radiation. But remember, this is purely fictional, and if you are facing any of these symptoms, don't think it's just the Slenderman stalking you. Please see a doctor. Now, as for the origins, how was this creature created? Where did it come from? It all goes back to the Something Awful forums in 2009. A guy named Eric, under the alias Victor Surge, created the creature that hid in the background of black and white photos of children. And this is how the internet built this legend of a tall, faceless man that stalked and abducted children. That original photo on the internet forum is how a cultural icon was created. And that's just wild. So that's pretty much it. These were just 3 of the many creepypastas that shaped a generation of horror lovers and internet culture. I only covered 3 since this is kind of like my first time doing this, so if you want me to cover any more, just let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you for watching through the whole video, and I hope to see you again next time. Peace!